I am a real American.
Hey folks, Stacey Jones here with the Basin late night video log. Got my old buddy Cadillac here. Hey, now we hadn't seen y'all in a minute because Cadillac had a brush with death. He's doing good now, but what was that about? End of August, that's October, end of October. So he's doing good now. We got him going the right way. Lost a little weight. He's doing good. So you'll be seeing a little more of us. I just can't hardly do it by myself. So anyway, and you know what? Look here. Cup of Joe, baby. I can enjoy a cup of Joe and say cup of Joe and not think about Joe Biden because he is out of the race, dude. He's out of the race. You know, but I really didn't script much of this. I kind of had something I kind of wanted to talk about because I've had several people ask us when we were going to do another vlog. And we hadn't done one in a long time and had some things we were going to talk about. But, you know, first of all, let's talk about somebody else that had a brush with death, and that would have been the 45th President of the United States, Donald Trump, fixing to be the 47th President of the United States. They had a would-be assassin got up on this roof at one of his rallies and shot at him. And I'm not going to mention that guy's name because you could tell by looking at him, he was just a dorky kid, 20 years old, never had a date in his life, I promise you, and thought he could become infamous, you know, like John Wilkes Booth or Lee Harvey Oswald or something like that. I'm not going to mention his name. He's dead. I'm glad he's dead. However, the Secret Service, that girl's name is Kimberly Cheadle. Kimberly Cheadle. She said they asked why they didn't have somebody up on that roof where that kid got up there and fired them shots, and it's because it's a sloped roof, you know, and there's some safety concerns with a sloped roof. So in the future, if you see a sloped roof, know this: the Secret Service ain't gonna be up there. They're not even gonna check it out. They're too scared. Man, they ought to all be fired, starting with her. They ought to all be fired. That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard of in my life. A sloped roof. So, Donald Trump, again, for those of you that may not believe that the good Lord has a hand in things, I believe he does. Because when that kid was squeezing that trigger, Donald Trump happened to turn his head to the right to show there was some kind of graft he was wanting to show to the supporters there, and that bullet comes zinging by him, and as he turned his head, and it just clipped his ear. If he doesn't turn his head, he's a dead man. You know, this is a sad thing. It was sad enough because somebody I do want to mention their name, and I want to try to get this right, because there was definitely a hero there. Corey Comparatori. That man lost his life at that rally. Him and his wife and kid, they were there just to enjoy the Trump rally, show support, and you know, he's a firefighter, you know, and you know, my dad was a firefighter for years, and those guys are special. Now, let me tell you something. Those kind of people there, they will put themselves in danger every time to help someone else. And of course that was his family, and I'd like to think I would have done the same thing, but he covers his family to shield them from bullets being fired from this little pump that's up on this sloped roof, and he died. Now, I know they've raised there were some other people that were injured, and I know that they've raised some money for these people, and I think they've raised a lot of money for them, and that's good, but that doesn't replace that man, you know. I'll guarantee you his wife, his kids, they want that man back. All because Kimberly Cheadle doesn't want to get on a sloped roof because the Secret Service, there's some safety concerns. Yeah, how about this? How about the safety of Donald Trump? How about that? There was a safety concern there. That guy climbed it and he shoots it. People are telling him there's a guy up on this roof, and he gets shots off. Crazy. So let's see what's happening today. Anything special happened today? Oh yeah, Cup of Joe. That's what we were talking about. And let me have another sip of this. It just tastes better now. That is so good. Okay, Joe Biden has decided not to run, not to accept the nomination and run against Donald Trump. I highly suspect it has something to do with that debate they had. What was that, a week ago, 2 weeks ago, whatever it was. I mean, the guy's up there. Does he know anything? He didn't know come here from Sikkim. And Donald Trump sitting there listening. He said, I don't know what that means. I don't think he knows either. Well, they know since the assassination attempt didn't work, they had to get rid of him. So he's out of there today, but he's put his full support behind Kamala Harris. And she's called Heels Up Harris. Now, Heels Up Harris. Now listen, I know that's crude, but I'm not the one that gave her the name. I just think it applies. I mean, if you don't believe me, you ought to probably ask Willie Brown, or Willie Brown's wife might have named her that. Because if you don't know who Willie Brown was, let me tell you. Some of you that won't know. He was the mayor for several years of San Francisco, and Kamala Harris was a prosecuting attorney there in San Francisco, and they had their thing, okay? But that's how she elevated herself up the ladder of politics, is by doing those kind of things. Kamala Harris will do anything, it doesn't matter what it is, she'll do anything to better herself, and she will lie, she will do whatever it takes to get there. I mean, that's just the way it is. And look, man, I mean, she's not going to beat Donald Trump. I like to see her debate him, because he'll tear her up too, even though was a prosecuting attorney. I'm telling you, even if you're a Democrat and you're listening to this, you may not be in agreement with everything I got to say, but you got to know that she's no good. But Joe Biden was no good, and you got to look back 4 years ago and know that we were better off. Any of us working class people, all these celebrities and stuff that support the left, they don't live in the same world we do. They got more money than they can count, where I've got, I don't know, around a dozen employees, if you include myself here, and things that are real, like making enough money to put food on the table, to pay your rent, to get your kids to school, those kinds of things. We all know that things are way worse now than they were under Donald Trump, and he will fix that. So come Tuesday, November the 5th, that's the presidential election, and I'm going to say it, landslide, baby. Trump's back in there. Okay. I could go on and on and on about this, and I'm sure we'll do some more, and I will do some more, and I don't really care. Me personally, I don't care if I really offend you. I like exercising my First Amendment right, and if you don't agree, you can exercise yours, and we don't have to be in agreement. But that's the beautiful thing about being an American and being a free citizen. We can say what we want to, and I am saying it today about Heels Up Harris. Oh Lord. Okay, let's see, Chadlack. What's coming up is the NFL football season. Got the Dallas Cowboys. Okay. Is there anything good in the off season that I can mention? Not really. I think our draft picks were okay. However, I mean, the last time we saw our Dallas Cowboys play, it was terrible. They got run over like a truck. Green Bay puts up 48 points. It was just terrible from the get-go. Dak was back to his old tricks when he gets in the playoffs, and he can't stand pressure. Right here between, he throws 2 picks. I mean, the game was over before it started. They whooped us from the first whistle, and it was just miserable. So Dak has a history of doing this. 3 years in a row, 12-5 seasons, and we can't get past the first round, or if we do, it's short. But we're never in contention of winning the NFC and going to the Super Bowl. It just hasn't happened, and I just don't have any faith in him. Now I've heard these experts say, "Oh, there's 10 teams that would love to have Dak Prescott." Well, if they can work a deal and they want him, let them have him. Put Cooper Rush in, or let's give Trey Lance a try. Trey Lance. Can't even think that guy's name, but give him a try. give somebody else a try. I am just sick of Dak Prescott. You know, he got me going. I thought, well, he's better because this offense that Mike McCarthy has, and he was suited for it, but he still got in a pressure situation. And he throws the ball away, and you just can't do that. However, before every Dallas Cowboy game, Cadillac and I are here early, and we do a Facebook live stream. So if you guys would like to come over and join us for the live stream, and we'll talk some Dallas Cowboy football, we'd love to have you in here. If you can't make it, just make your little post on the Facebook there. Cadillac will read them. If there's something you want us to talk about or analyze or just chop it up, we'll be chopping up some Dallas Cowboy football. That's before every Dallas Cowboy game this year. So we'll probably be coming to you before that again. However, if not, you know, check us out on Facebook Live out of Basin Nights, and we'll be talking some Dallas Cowboy football for all you. And I don't care if you're a Cowboy fan or not. If you want to call and talk about your team and how much better they are than the Cowboys, we can debate. We'll do it. We'll be happy to do it. What else is coming up? The Ripper Poker Tournament. Got it right here. Ripper. The Ripper Poker Tournament right here. That's one of I'm going to call it our most prestigious big tournament we have every year. We always have 4 big ones. I think this is the most prestigious because if you can win it, you get your name on this plaque. You also get a trophy that has your name engraved on it, so if you can win it, and that'll stay there forever. It's nearly full. I'm going to have to get another plaque there. And 6'9" suited was Rip Ryan's hand. He used to play 6'9" suited like aces, and you'd be surprised how many times he won with them. Yeah. Well, he's been gone a long time, and I named this tournament after him many years ago now, 10 years ago, 12 years ago, whatever it was, and he and I were very good friends, and that's just something he plays. So in this tournament here, if you can win a hand with 6'9" suited at Showdown, you're going to get $69 right there on the spot for that hand. Okay, so that's kind of fun. But the prize pool in the Ripper is already huge. It's over $4,000, about $4,100 as of today, and that's before anybody has even entered this tournament. We're going to have 30 player max. So we'll only take 30 players. We will take alternates. If somebody gets busted and somebody else wants to come in, we'll do that up until the break. But last year's prize pool was around $12,000. So we're kind of expecting that again this year. The Ripper, that's going to be next Sunday. That'll be July the 28th at 3 p.m. Also, Denise will be cooking her Mexican food. Oh, it's so good. So it's worth the $125 that it costs to get into the tournament just to have that food. So y'all come join us here at Poker One in Basin Nights for the Ripper on the 28th. But just come every day. You know, you're always welcome. I think that's about it. Until next time, I'm Stacey Jones with Cadillac, Basin Nights, Poker One, and we're out.
I am a real American.